worldwide famous brand of Mumtaz.
The entrance that you walked through is my first shop, which was 4 meter by 3 meter. You see, when I first bought the shop for £1,500 at that time, it was a lot of money, but I used to get £55 for a week. I went home and I said, Mom, I made £55 in a day. So next day I went to the factory and I resigned. I said, no, when I come to the restaurant, my business, I'm part of the team. If you don't have a passion for something, you should never do it. I admire you. I really admire you for one reason. The money comes, but when the people come here and enjoy my food, it makes me happy, It makes me happy. The people will, Allah will give you the risk,
Right, so we've tried some delicious food downstairs in the restaurant here in Mumtaz, and we've kindly asked the owner, Uncle Mumtaz, for his permission to have a few words, or for him to say a few words rather, about the worldwide famous brand of Mumtaz. So, Uncle, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.
How are you?
How are you?
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Uncle, it's been a pleasure coming back here again to Mumtaz, and whenever I come here, I feel like I'm at home.
Wow, it is your home. You come here from the same village almost.
Yes.
From Kashmir.
Yes, just for the viewers that don't know, Mumtaz is not just a restaurant. There's more to Mumtaz than being a restaurant. I'll let Uncle come on to that, hopefully later on. But Mumtaz has been here for many, many years. But Uncle, would you mind please sharing your humble beginnings of the restaurant and the story with the viewers?
Of course. As you know, I think you know, and I think your colleague probably been here first time. The entrance that you walked through is my first shop, which was 4 meter by 3 meter. I was a young lad at that time, maybe 21 years or 22 years old. I can't remember exactly now, but I used to work up on this road, Great Autumn Road. There was a textile mill. I used to work there nights. And I didn't live far from here, down the road. So I was walking back from the work in the morning, and I saw this little shop. It used to be a candy shop, sweet shop. So that handwritten note, shop for sale. And I thought, yeah, I can open a takeaway. And I didn't know anything about takeaway. The thought came to my mind, I should open a takeaway here. So I went and I spoke to my mom, and I said, Mom, I saw a shop, a little shop. It's up for sale. I think we should open a takeaway. So she walked up with me. She said, show me the shop. She looked at the shop. She said, yes, yeah, we can. And so I bought the shop while I was still working in textile mills. So, for 8-9 months, I was working night shift there, all day in takeaway. Takeaway I used to open at 11 in the morning till 9:30. I would close the shop and go and walk up to the textile mill and work there all night. So I did that for 8 months. But you see, when I first bought the shop for £1,500 at that time, it was a lot of money, but I used to get £55 for a week, 6 days, working nights. So like 52 to save £1,500 it took some time.
It's a huge deal.
So my mom, I used to give salary to my mother all the time, and she saved it for me. So the shopkeeper actually knew my dad, and so he was asking for say £2,000. But then I spoke to my dad. Dad came and he said, look, my son wants to buy this shop. He said, who's your son? He said, the one who wakes up every morning. Oh, he said, that young lad who works in the textile mill. He sometimes comes and buys the sweets from me. And he said, yes. He said, for you, I'll take £1,500. And my dad told my mother that he wants £1,500. So she said, yeah, we only have £1,500 saved up. So I paid. Then we were sort of looking for how do I make the shop. So anyway, cut the long story short, when I did the shop, a small shop, I did conversion, I put a small cooker there and like a counter. Then I realized, who's gonna cook? I didn't know what to do.
You had no experience whatsoever.
No experience whatsoever. So I said to Mom, we bought the shop, and I've spent the money on conversion, but who's going to cook? She said, have you not thought about it before? I said, no, I was so excited. So, okay, then she started making, like samosas and kebabs, for me in the cellar. And I used to bring it in the morning, sell it here in the shop, and then close the shop at 9:30, walk up to the textile mill, work all night there, and come back home, say, I think about 7 o'clock. I would sleep for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. She'll wake me up, whatever she's made at the night, she would give it to me. I would carry it on my shoulder, sell it here. So this went on for almost 8 months.
Wow.
And I didn't want you to leave the job straight away, because what if this didn't work, right? And I'll have no salary, we'll have no money, because I was the kind of a breadwinner of the family, because being the eldest son in the family, I had a lot of responsibility. In 1979, I mean, the times were different. So I kept working here and in the factory until I could see if I could make my salary. But I remember first Eid when it came, I was so busy, right? And when I counted the money at the end of the night, I made 55 pounds, but in a day, right? That made me so happy. I went home and I said, Mom, in one day I made my salary, like 55. You remember, you see, the samosa at that time was maybe 11 pence, 10 pence, 11 pence or something, or maybe less than that, right? So, how many samosas did I have to sell to make 55 pounds?
Quite a few.
Or a kebab. So, I thought I was really busy, and there was another shop down the road, and I kept going out and see all customers coming to me. Is anybody going there as well or no? Because I'm so busy.
Were those customers, Uncle, were they from the Asian community, or was he a mixed bunch?
Mostly Asian community.
Okay.
Asian community. Because you see, back in those days, there was no one catering for the Asian families. Right? They were doing curries and things, but they were all like Europeanized. Right? Like English style curries, apart from one sweet center, I think on Lum Lane, they were quite popular with the Asians as well. But they existed before me. I was only small, but they were quite well established. So I went home and I said, Mom, I made 55 pounds in a day. So next day I went to the factory and I resigned. So now I could see that I can make wages for myself. So from there on, no looking back, alhamdulillah, with the grace of God, with His mercy and,
Well, at your start, I think, you've worked immensely hard over the years. People have supported you, they respect you, people love you. You've always been, mashallah, as far as I can remember, going back many, many years, you've always been down to earth. You've stood your ground. You've kept things simple.
I'm still down to earth. I'm a very simple guy, There's a funny story, like one time, this guy came, Asian guy, they were having dinner in the restaurant, and I was like taking their order. That's not long ago, and I'm going to the table, saying hello, picking glasses up, serving the, drinks. And the guy asked the waiter, where's the owner? He said, owner, why you want to talk to him? Yeah, he said, I want to know where's the owner. He said, he was here on your table a few minutes ago. He said, who? He said, the one who took your plates away, your empty plates away. Is the owner? He said, yes. And then I went to see him. And he thought, I couldn't believe that you're the owner. I said, no, when I come to the restaurant, my business, I'm part of the team. I'm not a boss anymore. I come here as a part of the team, I lead the team. And it was quite shocked that, I'm still working. But when I come to Mudassir, when I come here, I come here not as an owner. Mm-hmm. I come here as a team leader, right? So I'm a very simple guy. You know, some people maybe they don't know me or they haven't seen me, but they have heard of name. They might have an image about me, you know, but I'm just a simple guy.
No, mashallah, we continue to pray for your success and for your good health, and you know, this legacy that you've created, as you are like a pioneer, if you like, in the restaurant industry, but specifically about the Kashmiri cuisine. So this legacy that you know that you've created, and you know that you've like pioneered, if you like, that has reached corners around the whole globe. What's next for Mumtaz, and where do you foresee this going?
From a small shop which was 4 meter by 3 meter, where I am today, you know, like when I look back and I say, Ya Allah, I never thought about this. You know, I never had that. You know, Mumtaz, let me tell you, I'm being, you know, like very simple. You know, whenever I pray and I say, Ya Rabbul Alameen, you know, whenever you throw an idea or an opportunity at me, just give me wisdom to take it. Because everybody's got, God sends the opportunities to people. Sometimes you ignore it, sometimes you take it. You know, so it's all by blessing of Allah. That Alhamdulillah. But you see, like your question is, you know, where do I see it going? You see, like I don't know. I mean, my kids are now involved in the business as well, so I'm sort of kind of training them. They're taking over. I am kind of semi-retired. My brothers are doing well as well, you know, like they're part, you know, the business has been a family business, you know, all the time. You know, I had 2 brothers, they were part of it. My sister, we all worked together, you know. Okay, I was the leader. But now you see, like, you know, I had a lot of people asking for the franchise, you know, to franchise Mumtaz to other countries and the cities. And I never thought about it, but now I'm seriously thinking about, you know, franchising Mumtaz to whoever's interested.
Gee, so Uncle, I mean, it's been, you know, inspiring to hear your story. You know, I've heard it before many a times, mashallah, and, you know, and it's something that I look up to. You know, I used to come here as a young kid back in the days, and I still remember the first time I came here, I was like, am I coming into a restaurant or into a museum? Because this is a different to any other restaurant, because it's about, you know, preserving culture and heritage, isn't it?
Yeah, especially the Kashmiri culture.
That's right. Yes, that's right. I mean, you know, I think you told me once upon a time, and you tell me this every single time, that when you do something, you know, money obviously comes and goes, but it shouldn't be the primary objective. When you do something with a passion, it's a different feeling.
Exactly. I mean, you see, like, you know, if you don't have a passion for something, you should never do it. I belong to a village, so do you, right? We come from a small village in Amirpur, Farzand Kashmir, right? You know, to bring that culture here, right, and, you know, keep it going, and you know, bring your, you know, like children up with that culture. You know, I think, you know, we are very humble people, you know, the Kashmiris, especially from Amirpur side.
Yes.
You know, like, we're very humble. And that's the way we want to keep it. And then we introduce some Kashmiri things, you know, Kashmiri food. You've been talking about my business, right? And I think a lot of people know my story already. But you see, like, that's why I admire you. I really admire you for one reason. Okay. That the business that you have gone into, that camel milk, I really love the idea. And I know you're not doing it for the money. You're doing it for the medicinal reasons, for the children out there, the people out there, right? And that motivation is an amazing. I think not many people would do it on a commercial for commercial reasons. You know, people will do it for commercial reasons, but not you, right? And I think because you're kind and you're also humble. And your family background is, and I believe your father is also into the medicine. He's a medicine background, or he's I think he
chemistry,
yeah.
But medical devices.
And then for you to sort of, you know, come and do this without any commercial benefits, that's like, it's amazing. I really admire you. I hope we have many people like yourself. You know, the commercial the Allah gives you the risk. You know, the risk will come, right? But that should not be your first motivation. You know, for me, the money comes, but when the people come here and enjoy my food, it makes me happy. You know, it makes me happy. The people will, you know, that Allah will give you the risk. You know, whatever's in your nasib, it will come. But I really admire you what you're doing, and I hope you carry on with it. And especially your dates now. You know, you're doing some dates.
Palestinian dates, yes.
And I think we did it for last Ramzan. I think you gave it to me, and we gave it to our customers.
Yes.
And is it now selling into the shops? Or?
Yes, we're starting our campaign. We started our campaign a few months ago, and we're signing up shops for next Ramadan as well.
Yeah,
but
they were beautiful, and I think the background is from Palestine.
That's
isn't
right,
it?
from Palestine.
And it helps people there. See, there again, that's what I'm saying about you. You are doing this business to help the families in Palestine, right? And that's where it's coming from, a certain area, isn't it?
Yes.
These the dates, yeah? I respect you for that.
No, Uncle, you said too much. Obviously, your words. You know, I don't know what to say. I mean, I really, I always admire
No, but
you.
you deserve it. That's how you deserve it, and I think it's amazing. Carry on with it.
Like you were saying, Uncle, we're both simple people.
Simple.
We come from simple backgrounds, mashallah, and you know, we do things with a passion and with a humanitarian purpose.
I think I'm more simple than you, maybe sometimes. Okay.
See you again soon, Ramadan.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm waiting for the dates to come, because
Inshallah.
Ramadan is coming shortly. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
So I need to do it for my customers. Yeah.
You know, absolutely, we'll happily, you know, help you and support you with that as well. And honestly, your advice over the years, your wisdom, you know, everything that you learn from you.
And all your viewers, what I'm saying is, you know, they should buy the dates from him, because that helps the families in Palestine, which is most needed.
No, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.